We're back at the front end. This is what I've done. When we shut the tape off there, Jolene had to go load it. That's why I asked her how long it was, because we have to have a certain time to load it. This is what I got going on. I've got a little bracket made on the side of the chassis there. You can see where the heim joint would be bolted. I haven't got it capped on the bottom yet. If this is what's going on, if this is what it's going to work like, I'm going to cap the bottom of this so I have a stronger mount there. There was a lot of good suggestions on the computer last night. Turn this sideways. I seen one buddy say, cut that off, and what happened was I got attracted to this look. I like that look when it come back, and that's what I liked. But when I turn it onto its side, I still will have that look. It'd just be on the top surface, and I think I like that. I think what the reason is I didn't really want to get down and take the screw out of the piece of wood and haul the piece of wood, kind of get lazy, was somewhere else. Also, this front end, what I'm doing right now, I must be truthfully honest. The lower control arm and the top control arm are off a 65 Mustang for sure. The top hat, I live by trial and error. That's what I live by, because I don't know what I have welded onto the car right now is it exactly going to work or not. I really do not know. As I've got the top hat on there, I made that out of plate steel, cut it out with probably a zip cutter or the plasma cutter. As you can see, I've got it made wrong already. These are 65 top control arms. What I did, I cut them and made them look like this so I could get a bag up inside of here or a spring or make a hat for this to connect on. And anyways, you can see I got a couple washers there now to keep that hat or the top control arm off the hat. This has two bolts. Like I said before, it has a camber thing in and out. And on the bottom, it's stationary. So this one here, the top one, has two bolts holding it going up and down. And this one here only has one. On these lower control arms, there is I guess it's a torque bar, a torsion, I don't know what's the word called, strut bar? Strut rod. And the strut rod went bolted on this lower control arm and went up through a rubber and went through a little hole in the chassis and had rubber on the other side with a metal collar on it, and you would tighten it up, and that would hold the lower control arm from going back and forth and staying still, but yet still go up and down. That's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm thinking in my brain that it'll work. I'm thinking in my brain it's basically the same thing, but I'm not using rubber mount. I am positive mounting it. I'm mounting it there for sure with adjustment. And the adjustment, somebody said, what do you want the adjustment for? I want the adjustment for, I want the wheel to be in the center of the wheel opening. And if I can do that with a little bit of adjustment, that's what I want to do. Right now, I'm going to take this one off. Also, all this stuff is trial and error. Like, I'm just tacking it on there. I'm also looking at the radiator underneath. I'll take this off for now. Take this off. Now, as you come up here and look underneath, come here and take a look, baby, on this right here. You can see where the radiator is. I've got a piece of angle iron sitting holding the radiator right now. I've got the rack bracket, the old one is right there. I'm going to have to change the mount. I might have to come off the top of the frame to get down on that radiator. But that's okay, but I got the radiator in place. What I'm saying is the rack it's not going to go here. I don't think it's going to fit up in here because we got our spout and we got our hose over there. I'm going to have some difficulty getting a rack on this. I'm not sure if the rack that we have is going to use or not. That's what I'm saying for sure. And all this stuff that I'm doing is trial and error. It really is. Watch that, baby. Watch that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a screwdriver, take the piece of wood out, and then that way there I can turn this on its side. That was a very good suggestion by people. Turned on its side. And I can see which way I like it. What if I want the bar out like that? Sorry, like that. You can see which way I like it. And also, you know, I do like it like that, but I also have to be careful that I don't take up room for my bag or my shock or anything like that, because still something has to go there. Also, when this goes on there, it would be nice. It'd be a nice shock mount spot inside this arm. Like just put a little piece up, like I had it here earlier, right here. That'd be a nice little shock mount on that. When it comes up on from there, put a shock mount there, and go up to the tower. Just playing it all by guessing. Come this way for a second, baby. Woke up this morning, man, Jolene was dressing for summer. Woo! She was dressing for summer. Look at the outdoors. Fina's working. Good job, Fina. Good job. Sitting on the old doorstep, just watching. Look how beautiful it is out, eh? Beautiful. When you wake up in the morning and the sun's shining like that, sure does change the mood and the temperature, doesn't it, baby? Huh? Beautiful. Let's get this video done, then we'll go do something. Ha! Yeah. So first thing, first thing, last night I used the 2 pieces of Ryan Dickey's metal. Do you see that when I cut that off? Drilled 2 holes in it. That was the metal that Ryan Dickey left here, and it was, or he gave me for the chop. I couldn't want more for thickness, and it worked, and I used it. As I'm going right now, I'm going to take that piece of wood out. I'm going to take that piece of wood out. See what happens here. And the wood is just for the suspension. I was rolling it around, and all this stuff that you see here, like even the chassis was a thrown away chassis, or I don't know. It's in the junk pile there. But as you see this stuff here, this is something that I made because it was out in the dooryard and it was out there, and that's what I had. That's all I had, so that's what I used. As I'm doing it, I have to figure it out, you know. So there has to be a lot of figuring, and I figured it out. Well, I didn't figure out the screw size yet. I know that. I have to figure it out, and that's what you have to do. You have to roll with the punches when you're making something. I guess you have to roll with the punches. Green. And I try not to let anything stop me when it comes to making something. You know, I try not to let it stop me. And you just figure it out, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, just keep going. You know what I mean? Just because you don't have the heights front end that you need or that you want, it doesn't mean that it's not there. You can find something to make it work. And this is what I'm making work. Also, the front end of this car became a lot wider as I built it. I didn't recognize the width that I was making it. I'm making it on the fly. And as we get going, I got this thing as wide as a Ford half-ton in the front. And in the back, we've got a Volvo or a Beetle. So she's quite, what can I say? I would say it's been engineered for the road by mistake, by trial and error. Exactly, by trial and error. The front of this car is wider than the back by, I think, 8 inches, 12 inches. 8. It's quite a bit. I'd be lying telling you what I thought right this second because I don't know, but it's quite a bit wider than the back, which is a good thing, you think, you know. Going around corners, you'd have a wider front end, wider stance means a better handling car. Does it not? That's what I'm thinking. And with these strut rods, or whatever you want to call them, sometimes I don't know all the proper names, but as these strut rods, they're just a small, probably 5/8 piece of rod. I would say it's probably hardened. 5/8 rod with a nut on it and 2 pieces of rubber, like we've got. As you can see, quite a, this thing would work on a tractor. And we're putting on a Jolene's front end, so I'm not scared about that part. This is what I am scared of. I'm scared of it taking too much room on the... Shove this one in, put it on. There. See, that sort of takes room. Now, I could put the bag on top of that. I very well could. I don't know. I'm just thinking I'd have to have, well, it actually could be. Yeah, I could just put a plate on that. I'm going to go get a bag for a second, just my brain thinking, you know, if I can always take it off and whatever, but as I'm going there, I'm going to grab one of the little bags that we have. I'm not saying the bags that we have are the ones we're going to use, but it sure will help me make my mind up. It's not out all the way. Just put a little air in that. I don't want to hurt myself, but. These are a cheap little bag that I found. Not sure what the weight capacity is, but it's just something to. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. When you don't know for sure, see? I'm just sitting in here, seeing what's going on. That's all I'm doing. Baby adjusting her light. That's what I'm thinking. If I'm going to use this on its side, which turning it on its side gives me the room for the tie rod end to connect here. That's what it does. It gives me room. The bag could sit on the lower control arm, or it can sit on top of this arm if it wants to. I don't see no reason why it can't. They're all connected to the same thing. All this is for is to keep this arm steady where it's supposed to be. That's all that's for, is to keep it steady. And to have the adjustment, I want to make sure we try to get the wheel and the wheel well exactly where it looks nice, you know, and then we can line it up from there. The top hat will have to be fixed. We'll have to fix that, you know. But right at the present moment, I'm just going to take this out, put this back on. Doug's car should be coming in. We're thinking maybe Monday. We're going to have to do some paint work on that. We're not sure where that's going to take us, but we're going to do it. I'm not sure how I want to bracket this on here yet. I might just cut a piece of plate and stick it in here and bolt it down. And that would there, yeah. When this goes up and down, that'll pivot on that little ball right there. I can't see anything wrong with it. I cannot see anything wrong with it. Cannot see anything wrong with it. I'm just wondering where I should put it for the bag or the spring. I think we're going to bag it, but I'm just wondering where I should. You know, there's always that. I don't know. That's the middle of, I guess I would say, that would be where the shock, I would think. So let me put it right there somewhere. I'll put a piece of plate in the center, and then we can bolt it down. Or I can put a tab on this side and put a tab on this side. I think I'll put a tab on this side and a tab on this side. What do you think? I don't know. Like there's so many things that I could do there that, you know, it's, yeah, if I can do that, but I'm just wondering like how I'm going to hook this all up. You know what I'm saying? If I put the bag on top of that, do I have room for everything? I can put a cone on that, bag on that. Just not sure right at the present moment, you know what I'm saying? You're watching me think. And it's a hard one to do, isn't it? Did you see the other side that we got on? We put the other side on. Just stuck it there. So we'll have to take the screw out of the wood and pull that one out and lay it on top of that one. So they're just tacked there, right? So when we get the body off, I know somewhere where they got to go. I know where the rack and pinion has to go because it has to go to my tie rod end. My tie rod ends have to fit. I'm just going to put one tab on it right now. I'll drill a hole in it, weld a little tab on it. Then that can hold it in place. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to weld a tab on it. I'm going to bolt it right there. I'm going to put a tab on it, drill a hole, bolt it there. That way there, I can move the car. I can put the wheels on it, put the brakes on it, or the spindles on it. Spindles are on it, put the brakes on it. Then I can put the wood back up in there, and then I can let it down and move it. When I have the body off, and then I have the spring in my, everything right there in place where I can see what's going on, because this hat is going to be changed on the top. I have got nothing, that hat's going to be changed because it does not fit in the back. And basically what I'm going to be looking for is for this piece right here, is to go up straight up and down. Like, I mean, I want that to go up level and I want it to come down plumb. Up plumb, down plumb. That's what I want. And I can keep doing it by trial and error on the back part of this hat. Like, I mean, I know where the bottom is. All I have to do is figure out where the top goes by moving it in or out or up to make sure when it goes up and down that this is plumb. That's basically what I'm going for. And this is going to hold it in place. Isn't that right, baby? That's right. That's what I'm telling myself. And when I preach, I talk to myself. I tell myself all this stuff. I have to. If I don't tell myself, then I might forget. Isn't that right, baby? That's totally right. We'll cut a little piece of metal here. Glasses I did not. Right there. Yeah, so we'll do one tab for each, then we'll bolt them both on. Then I'll put the wood back up in, and then I can put the brakes and stuff on. I like this side better. The reason I did that because I couldn't see the metal. You know, I went on that side because I couldn't see the metal. My grinder was over here. I couldn't see the length I was trying to cut it. Ooh, I left the plasma cutter. Awesome. Just get a pair of pliers to hold that. Huh. I didn't put them back, did I? That's what happens when you don't put your pliers back. Yeah, so everything right now is trial and error. I have to have to change the bag on the, or the hat on the top. I guess they call it the hat. The hat. I'm going to take this over there just to make sure I want to put it where I want to put it. Sorry, baby. Sorry, baby. For some reason, I can get that with that, you know. It's one or two, it doesn't matter. They're pretty close. Yeah, I'll just weld that on the side of that, and then we'll plunk a couple holes in it. And when you're building something like this, and it's done and being all welded together, you really have to have trust in yourself. You really have to have trust in yourself to, you know, to venture out with it. You must, you know, then you have to go out and turn the key and drive it up the road, you know, and that's what all the other dealers do. They have to test drive it, you know. That's what goes on, and that's the part of building cars, you know. You build it, you're thinking that every piece that you make is satisfactory and safe in your brain, and then you go for it. And every piece that is on the car, I'm very satisfied with what it is. I'm satisfied with what it is. Yeah. Satisfied what it is. I think that every piece that we're trying to put integrity into it, you know what I'm trying to tell you, right from the front end to the rear end, we will try to put integrity into it. And basically, what I think about of integrity is that I always look at the weakest point. You know, I can't expect this plate, you know, to be stronger, to make something out of 1/4-inch plate, and then bolt it to 18 or 16 plate. See, the integrity would be gone in this because it could not rely on this. If you know what I'm trying to say. So the integrity, you know, I'm hoping that we're keeping the integrity all the way through to make it what it should be. I'm trying to use the right thicknesses of metal and make sure that everything is welded good. I've torn a lot of cars apart, and I put just as many spot welds in Jolene's car than a factory car, I think. I'm pretty sure. But as I build this stuff, you really have to, you know, rely on yourself. Oh, you got to be fearless. Huh? You got to be fearless. You know, there comes a point when you're going to want to drive it on the road, and you're going to wonder, or you're going to wonder in your own brain, is everything built right? Because I've done it so many times. I wonder if that's going to work, when that's going to last. You know, you have to wonder. But that's what everybody else does, so why can't I? Now, I'm going to lay that on there for a second. I'm going to go get a couple nut and bolt. I wonder if these go down through. a little bit bigger. Hot. Just a little bit bigger. Whoop, daisy. Huh? Not this second. Now I must remind you, this is temporary, just temporary. Just going to bolt it there quickly. This is being temporary. I'll just weld that, put them in there so they fit. I'm going to get the welder. Excuse me, sweetheart. Jolene was messing around in her summer clothing. Should be illegal to look that good. Huh? Should be illegal. Not for you, though. Should be illegal. Try to spot it half decent. What if I can even get that one out? Yeah. 10. Good. Beautiful. Just gonna tack it on this corner here. Sorry about that, sweetheart. Beautiful. Okay. There's tack and everything now. I can cut this off after, make that look nice. We can make that look nice after. We most certainly can. I'm just tacking that there for now. The radius arms that we might even use. We don't know yet, but I like the idea of the adjustment, and I like the idea of being stronger and what can I say? Hard mounted. I like the idea of being hard mounted. I do like that. And what I mean by hard mounted is I mean there's no rubber there for any forgiveness for that front end to come back. It's either staying there or it's going nowhere, and that's hard mounted, I guess. And I think that will make it feel harder when you drive it. We have a heim joint. I'm going to make another little piece for the other side, I guess. And then I can put some, where's that little piece at? Then I can put the wheels on it. Where'd that come from? Do. I gotta take that screw out of that one. I'm going to have to cut the 4x4 off and slide it back up in there and put a screw in it because that's my suspension. That's my suspension. It's hard to believe, I know, but it is. It's my suspension. Screwdriver. So she really is, Hiltz engineered from top to bottom. And I was just informed this morning that she would like to show it with mirrors underneath. What? Wow. That's not asking to put fender skirts on. Wow. But I think, in the end, I should be able to oblige her. See how it goes. See how it goes. Yay. I wonder if he could have got some longer screws, this guy. Really didn't know what I was up against, but like the end of the frame, you can see the end of the frame there, it's all chopped off and hacked off. I didn't even know where I was going with that. It was a hard time to get that off when I was gnawing at it. The hat doesn't fit right, like it's just kind of monkeyed on there right now, to be honest with you, to get where I was going. I had to get her rolling, man. And I didn't want to put the steering in the front, turn the spindles around, because we don't want to see the rack up in the front of the steering of the car. I don't want to see the rack in the front. You know what I'm trying to tell you? That stuff I'd like to keep out of sight, to be honest with you. Keep that in behind there. If we can, we will. We have to. There's no whatever, we have to. All right. Well, the suspension's out. This thing here. Get this. Watch that if it don't fall, because it's let's do that. Put it there. I'll go get a piece of my metal, and then we'll tack that one on. I want to thank everybody for thinking that. You know, once we would have got it off and got playing with it, it could have been a thought, but I want the marker and the piece of metal there, it's right there. Yeah, exactly. Whatever I do on the other side is exactly what I want to do on this side. It is what it is. It is what it is. That works. We got the first two, I think. That's what I'm going for on the other side. Get down, baby. What are you showing, the dents in my face? Oh. I got a few dents, believe me. I got a few dents. Whoop, look at that now, would you? Hickory dickory dock. We'll go over and tack this on. Or not tack this on, cut this out, sorry. I didn't get my vice grips over here with me. She's still turned on. What I'm trying to do is, when I put my hand on this, I'm trying to steady it. I'm putting this on there to steady it, and I'm putting my hand on this to steady it, just so I can try to make a better circle, I guess. I want to thank everybody for following too. I want to thank you because you seem to be very loyal. You should always have a reasoning behind your thinking. You know what I'm trying to tell you. You should have a reason behind your thinking. You shouldn't just think something without having a reason. You know? I hate to say that, but sometimes it happens. You think things without having a reason. That's just going the extra step, right? I want to thank my YouTube followers because I think that they're loyal. Right, baby? Jolene posts things all over the place. We don't want to offend anybody with anything that I say. And sometimes, you know, we don't want anybody else to get offended either. All right, I'm just beating off the mess I made with the slag. And also, I don't want to pick it up yet because it's hot. Just like Jolene. I said to Doug one day, I said, Jolene doesn't need another man. He said, you say that an awful lot. And I said, yeah, Dolly Parton sang it. Why can't I say it? Right? All right, we're just going to stick that on there for now. Jeez. I'm just going to go get a couple bolts that I forgot or should have grabbed. Dagnabbit. If you know anybody that's put up a steel Quonset, ask them if they got their nuts and bolts left. I'm telling you, you'll thank me. Put that one there. Right on. I'm going to tack that on there. Get the welder over here. And that should almost be center. Yeah, it's pretty near center of them two bars. That's good because, you know, that's where the center, I'm thinking, of the shock used to be. That's good. It's good. Whole wheat shreddies. And then when I tack this on, I'll grab your brakey poo and just bring it out and show what we have for your front suspension, right? For your brakes. We know you got front suspension, but your brakes. And these brakes were donated by John Wilson, our friendly neighborhood friend. This is just temporary. This is just temporary. But I like it. I could even go as far as, and I probably already did, but no, I could go as far as weld them bolts in that bracket. So I could just come over and plunk it on because it fits in the hole and tighten it up. I would put a bracket on this side too also. I would put a bracket on this side and cut one hole in it, maybe put a bolt in it. So it would be bolted from here on this side, two on this side, one on this side. And then maybe the bag can go on top. Why not? Why not? Okay, I'm just going to shut that off. So now we can roll it around and this arm's not going to flop back on us. Was it doing it that before? Yeah, it was. We were just pushing it, and this wheel was going flopping back and forth because I had no strut rod on it. So it was doing that, and plus we had the spindles turned around. I turned them around backwards and had it going this way. So I was going to steer it like a wagon, but I didn't hook it all up. I was going to tow it around the dooryard when I needed to get it in and out. I'm happy. I like that. You know, we can do any. As I'm doing this, there's function there, and also I can see putting a piece of 1/8 plate along there, 1 inch wide, and riveting it. I can see that, you know, how nice that would be. You know, that would look if you got in there, right? If you got in there, I'm going to bring up some of your brakes. Brakes. Ba 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 ba. Alrighty. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. This is not where I store all the big stuff. Let's get over here on the floor here. We got a little bit of cleaning to do. We're going to do some painting for Doug. We might be into a Cafissel with Doug's car. Not sure yet. He's saying that the paint's pulling off. So it might be, you know, it might be a good learning lesson for us again. It might be a great learning lesson for us. There's some stuff for Oh, there's the stuff for the hood that we were thinking. Little props for the hood. Hold the hood down. That's just a Model A or a Model whatever. Don't know what model, but there it be. Rest easy, you'll be all right. that engine's made me grow 3 or 4 times. It has. We got rotors. I think we have it all, obviously. We've got pads. Just want to take some of it out and show you. Well, not show you, probably put some of it on, actually. Another rotor. Got our backing plates. See these things here? Where are those little cones at? Second, stick with me, baby. Stick with me, or not you, but the YouTubers. Stick with me. Keep the camera moving. I'm kind of fast. Let's check this out. These are kitchen cupboard door handles. Those are the ones we're not putting on. Good thing they weren't Mama's Finest China. Look at that too, eh? Nice. I don't know what it is. It would be stainless, or I'm not sure what it would be. But, see, this would be your dust cap. And this is open, obviously, but I was going to use these for putting on the back of a flat dust cap. You could put them on there for scooping in air. I think it's a great idea for the, you're not using it on yours, obviously, but backing plates that you could put a couple of those on. Cool. I just had to try it because I seen it. I had to scratch them up too, didn't I? It's all right. Yeah, they're nice too, eh? Look at the nice. They're nice. I'm going to check them out on. I'm going to probably put them on my 32 if I can. Put them on the backing plates. All right, I'm going to go and get some more. Get some more stuff. All right. All right now. You're wondering what the horns are? That's Jolene. She got a little Scottish in her. No, actually, it's our airline probably needing attention, and I haven't paid it any. You know what they say? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. So we got rotors and backing plates so far, pads. So there's our. That would bolt on there, here somewhere. Whatever which way it goes. Hold on our caliper, I'm thinking. Got our flex lines. John Wilson donated all this stuff. Nice present, eh, Jolene? There's all our bearings and our caps and our whatevers. We have 4 piston calipers. Wow. Hey? You have 4 piston calipers. You got a 4 piston caliper, a disc brake, front setup for brakes. Nobody would ever complain about that, would they? Huh? Nobody would ever complain about that. And we're also modifying the bars in the front to make it even stronger with better brakes. I think it's all a plus to me. If you're moving forward and making it better, why not? And to have that adjustment to make that wheel, put the center in that wheel well, I love it. So we got rotors to go in front, and we got 4 piston calipers to go in front. We'll have disc brakes. This is out of the way now for the tie rod end. The really only problem I'm going to have is the rack. That's going to be an issue. It's probably going to fight me. But I will figure a way, we'll just go up, down, below, under, over, to the side, cut this, cut that, move this, do that. And that's what has to happen when you're doing that sort of stuff. But this is what we have right now. I might load up the front and play with this a little bit and maybe put the wheels on, and we'll go from there. And now, I think now, when I get this stuff all laid out, I think I'll enjoy the rest of my day with Jolene. Have a good one, everybody. Have a good one. What can I tell you? Come look outdoors. I'm happy to be alive. That's what I'm happy to be. I'm happy to be alive. Right, baby? Happy to be alive? Man, I'm happy to be alive. That's all I got to tell you. Happy to be alive. Oh, two-step for you, huh? I can throw a snowball at you if you want. Car's sitting over there. I like the look of that. Every morning I get up, I look at it. I like when the snow piles on it. You really can see how it looks. You almost can see what it would look like with paint on it. It shows you everything. It's just I just haven't had time. I haven't got the money to invest. It needs everything. We'll see what happens. I've got this little thing here. Yeah, but I look at this thing. I say I'm going to throw that in the garage. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're going to play along with. Just keep playing along with the car here. I might bust my ass a couple days and really get something done, get a little more body work done, and get it closer because Doug's car is coming in, and I can get it over here and be happy with what I got done. And as soon as we get Doug's car, we can haul it off and then go for it. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. Have a good one, everybody. Happy to be alive.